evening, friends, or good morning if you're in Europe, or good day if you are elsewhere. It is wonderful to see you here. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday or Monday. Man, these time zones, always such a drag, huh? It's like, oh, I just realized you couldn't hear me. That's very awkward. I'm pretty sure I was muted there. They've recently changed the OBS interface, and I think I clicked the wrong button. Anyway, hello, friends. Yes, I was very quiet today because, it's ASMR. It's gotta be quiet. Yeah, they changed the OBS, audio monitor thing. And the button is next to another button, which I assume is like a mute, like not a mute input, but a mute output button. But I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. Half volume Nick, zero volume Nick. Mizo, what is up? Good to see you. Happy 43-month sub-anniversary, Mizo. Heck yeah, truck and stream. Big news for the fans. AKA me. I'm the fans. Big news for me. I'm glad, Miso. I'm glad it's big news for you. I'm glad you can make it out for this big news. Welcome back on in for another one. I appreciate it, Miso. Thank you for your continued kind support and for being part of this community for so dang long. I appreciate it very much, as do the other awesome folks here, I'm sure. I hope you continue to enjoy your Potato Pal benefits. Speaking of Potato Pal benefits, Clarbus, welcome back on in for another one as well. Happy 7-month sub-anniversary, Clarbus. Thank you both, Mizo and Clarbus, for subscribing with Prime, your Twitch Prime. If anybody doesn't know, Twitch Prime comes for free with Amazon Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime and you are not taking advantage of your Twitch Prime, make sure that you go and you use that Twitch Prime to subscribe to your favorite streamer, whomever that may be. I'm not going to judge. Use it wherever. Just make sure that you get the benefit of it somewhere and that streamer gets it as well, because you get all the benefits of a tier 1 subscription and your favorite streamer gets your support as if you were just subscribing at tier 1 and paying out of pocket. But you don't have to. It's like reaching your little fingers into Daddy Bezos's pocket, pulling out a crisp $5 or whatever. It's like a little more than that these days, I think. And giving it straight to your favorite streamer. Well, giving like half of it to your favorite streamer. But you know what I mean. But you get the full benefit. And you don't have to pay a darn thing. So, and you're taking money from the man, sort of. I mean, you're paying the money for your Amazon Prime, but you're doing that anyway, so you know what I'm saying. Don't waste it. That's what I'm saying. Similarly, Dawn's Eternal Light, thank you so much for your big Twitch Prime subby coming on in with the 32-month streak. Dawn's Eternal Light, that is, by my mathematics, quick maths, 2.5 years in the subway. No, that's poor math. That is poor mathematics. That is a little more than 2.5 years. My mathematics, my quick maths was poor. That's still a lot of months. There's a lot of months in the sub club. So thank you. Oh my god. But welcome back on in for another one. That's Eternal Light. Man, I'm having a rough night tonight, apparently. I can't think straight. I also can't talk straight, and what I tried to say at the very beginning of the stream was, hello everyone, welcome, and I was complaining about time zones, because I was like, it depends on where you are, whether it's morning or night, whether it's Saturday or Sunday or Monday. Holy crap, Nick. And so, what I'm saying is, recently we got rid of we're on permanent daylight savings time here now in BC. We got rid of the time change. What I'm saying is the whole world should just be on one big old time zone. And that time zone should just be Pacific time, which we are on. I'm sorry for the rest of you. Heck is that noise? A loud vehicle. Don't know why it's loud, but it is. My goodness. My goodness. One of those weeks, apparently. Wavy Mug. Wavy Mug. Welcome on in, Wavy Mug. It is wonderful to have you in our potato pals, in our spud buds. Here we have a potato, and I'm going to tap on this potato by way of thanks for you for joining us. Thank you so much for using your Prime sub to support this community and support this channel, and get yourself some fun subscription benefits while you are at it. I do hope that you enjoy your ad-free viewing, your potato-based emotes, of which we now have a few extras. I see that Eyelash out there with the 2813 sub. Eyelash, thank you for coming back on in. Thank you for subscribing with Prime in this here little community of ours. And thank you for showcasing our brand new emotes, which I should point out are accessible to anybody who is following, not just subscribers. We have two brand new potato-based emotes. A low poly potato, which I have to say, now that it's shrunk down to emo size, maybe doesn't look as low poly as it could, but we're experimenting. And a low res potato, which is the pixely looking lumpy one there, which is the same potato, it's just fewer pixels pretty much. Big shout out to actually Jackson of our community here, who put that together, the low poly potato, after last stream, after we had discussed some of the emotes that that were on the to-do list. I don't think actually Jackson's here just yet, but we'll make sure that they get a shout out when they show up. So again, anybody who is following the channel can access those, not just subscribers. I figured it was finally time to add some follower emotes. It is about time. Wavy Mug says, long time, first time. Wavy Mug, I really do appreciate it. Thank you for breaking your silence and subscribing. Big milestones for Wavy Mug here. Welcome back on in once again. All right, let's do the thing where I scroll back up and I see who's all here and who's certified first. I wish I could tell you who's certified first, but this stinking hype train is in my way. I think, can somebody tell me, is there a way to hide this hype train notification? I literally don't see a way to do it, and it's hiding the first person in the chat. I see that I think Bruce Buchner is certified second or maybe first tonight. It's possible Bruce is first. I just can't tell. Oh, actually Jackson is here. Actually Jackson, you are here. Certified third. Dang. Certified third. Bruce says I wasn't first. Okay, who was it then? Who was it? We need to know. Was it Sargon? No, because Sargon came in after that and says, what's up, my taters? Once this hype train is over in a minute and 20 something seconds, we will find out. By the way, thank you for the hype train, y'all, with that barrage of resubs there. I appreciate it very much. And I hope you all get some fun hype emotes. That's what I hope. Anyway, certified first is pending, but certified second goes to Bruce and third to actually Jackson. Congratulations. Over on YouTube, I don't know what's happening on YouTube. It is dead quiet. We've got one brave person in the chat there. Samuel said, hello, lovely night, I hope. It is indeed a lovely night. Samuel, thank you so much for joining us in the YouTube chat. Other than that, it is dead silent over there. And I'm wondering if maybe the notification didn't go out or something. Because that is abnormal. There's usually at least somebody over there. Or at least there is somebody over there. Don't get me wrong. There's usually at least a few somebodies over there. So I don't quite know what's going on. YouTube is wilding lately. You guys remember like maybe a month ago or so when for some reason the YouTube stream got like 1,000 viewers out of nowhere. It just totally randomly. Also, some of my old Skyrim videos have been getting recommended to people and just been doing gangbusters for the last couple of weeks. Why? I don't know. YouTube's doing weird stuff. I wish I could tell you. Okay, a couple more people coming out of the woodwork on YouTube. Certified second going to Paul Lemonade, and certified third going to Swolnick. There we go. Congratulations to our top 3 on YouTube. Ooh, a hype chest. What did I get? Oh, that's a good emote. I got, check it out. That is pretty darn good. That is a very sassy cat. Big fan of that emote. I hope y'all got some fun out of your hype chests. Okay, and certified first tonight. Oh, it was actually Jackson. Okay. It was actually Jackson. Okay, let me revise my top 3 on Twitch tonight. Actually Jackson, certified first. Bruce Buchner, certified second. Sargon the Grape, sneaking in there, certified third. Well done, y'all. Y'all top 3. And once again, a big shout out to Actually Jackson for our brand new follower emotes, the low poly potato and the low res potato. The low poly potato was the one that Actually Jackson sent last week after our last stream and saw the need and decided to make that happen. The low res potato, I just took the low poly potato and made it really low res. That's all I did. So really they're both from Actually Jackson. Which I appreciate very much, very much. Thank you for that very kind contribution to this community, Actually Jackson. I'm sure that both those emotes will see a lot of use because, you know, potatoes are a big deal around these parts. And these are our first emotes that are accessible to anybody for just following this channel. You don't have to be subscribed, nothing like that. Just following, you have access to those emotes. So nice to finally have some follower emotes for sure. Now, subscribers, don't worry. There are still plenty of exclusive subscriber emotes, including the OG, the original high-res potato, the spin potato, the flaming potato, all that good stuff. So everybody gets some fun potatoes. Everyone's got the taters. Gorog, welcome on in. Eternal Alone, I'm afraid you didn't quite make it first tonight, but you were still top 6-ish, we'll say. Nova Horizon, welcome. Eyelash, yes, thank you again for noticing the fancy new emotes. Arkentia, hello. Sargon says, watching on Steam Deck, but chatting with my phone, all while at work. Yeah, that's pretty convoluted. You got juggling 2 mobile devices. Nor Grill, I know it's been too long since we did some trucking. I looked and it's been since December. It's been like almost 4 months since we did some trucking. Steel Neko, you know it. You know it's trucking time. Potato of Injustice, welcome in. Serena says, hello, I love scamps. I'll get this out of my system early tonight and then summon to the scamp army. Serena, I appreciate you keeping that to the, you know, the pre-stream part of the stream so that we don't get assaulted by scamps while we're doing very serious and important stream business here. Okay. All right. Artractive, welcome on in. Good to see you as always. Argentina my week was pretty good. Yeah, it was alright. How was yours? Good, I hope. I was probably asking for it with that talk about the scamp army. I was probably asking for it. I should have just said nothing. I should have said nothing. Oh, Tirab, good to see you. Welcome. And Draconis, some artist, also. Oh, welcome. Yes, I know. It was super quiet. It was so quiet. You couldn't hear me at all, even if you turned your volume all the way up. Silly me. Silly me. Still gonna kill him, Drake. You just gotta redeem like 10 individual slay the scams. That's the solution. That is the solution. By the way, shout out Draconis, ASM artist, I really often mistype that. Shout out to Drake. You guys, Drake needs to know introduction around these parts, but just in case for some reason you aren't following that guy, go hit that button, go follow that beautiful, wonderful man, and enjoy yourself some top quality hangout streams, some top quality ASMR and non-ASMR content as well. Some gaming streams, some like Pokemon cards, and just some generally amazing good vibes over there. I know you haven't been streaming as much lately, Drake, but nonetheless, it's immaculate vibes. Y'all should head on over there and be ready for when he streams. It's important. It's important. Thank you for slaying the scamp there, Lenate. Doing that good work. Otirab as well. If y'all pool together, surely you can fend off the scamps. Oh wait, I wasn't muted? Oh really? I was just really quiet? That's weird. How did you then hear? That's slightly worrisome. I don't know what's going on then. As long as y'all can hear me now, that's what matters. But that does make me okay, what does that do? Does that sound different? Does that sound different? I don't know what that button does. I don't have any helpful mouse over anything. Anyway. Weird. I was half volume. Quiet but still audible. Okay, you can't. Can you hear me now? Oh, you can, maybe. Slightly. Wait, do I have some kind of weird echo thing going on here now? Oh, wait. Okay, nope. Nope. I genuinely don't know what is going on. Huh. I just want to make sure that I am not coming through when I shouldn't be, but also coming through when I should be. If I mute this. But now you should be able to hear me. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, quality streamer, professional streamer. I've been doing this for 8 years. Yeah. If I mute this, actually muted me. Well, I don't know what this other button's doing then. But the button did turn something off, yet you could still hear me. Okay, I'm gonna try it again. We're gonna troubleshoot this together. Okay, so this is normal. I'm normal Nick. I'm gonna press a button that should mute me. Y'all are gonna confirm that it does in fact mute me. Okay, here we go. Okay. Now I'm back. Drake, that would make sense, but no, I'm not pressing any hardware stuff on my interface. This is literally just an OBS. I'm just wondering what. Okay, now I'm gonna press the other button. Okay, and y'all tell me if I sound any quieter or what. Okay, so I'm normal Nick right now, and I'm pressing this button, and this button doesn't look like it mutes me at all or anything. In fact, if anything, this looks like it's turning on or maybe off some kind of monitoring. I think that's what it is. This is turning off monitoring, turning on monitoring. I getcha. You can barely hear me. Interesting. Okay, so what that button is doing is turning on monitoring of my my audio in my own mix, like loop back to, and then that is getting piped out to my desktop mix and then out to you guys. But for some reason, turning on monitoring also just, I guess, probably, you know what it probably does? It probably, yeah, it probably just mutes my direct output from my microphones, and all you're hearing is my mic input mixed into my desktop output, which is turned down. It's at like 1/3 volume, so that's why. Yeah, okay. We solved the mystery. Good job. Thank you, friends. Thank you, Ice Regan, for that help. Also, hello, Ice Regan. Yeah. Okay, we got it sorted out. We know what has happened. Glad we troubleshot that together. Attractive, congratulations on your 25 stream streak. That's huge. That's big. Lynette says, Nick on one monitor, Pokemon Violet on the other. Sounds like good times. Sounds like a good evening. Japes, welcome. That's right, y'all spend those Bezos bucks. Chubafet, welcome on in. Eyelash, thank you for the blood sugar check redeem, which I have ignored up until now, but I will ignore no longer. Let's see what my blood sugar's doing. It peaked a little earlier after dinner, but now we're down at 6. That's looking okay. So let's hope that's working out. Actually, Jackson let me know. Didn't see a verification request for credit come through. I'll check that after the stream, actually, Jackson. I'll make sure that it's the right account. Here, actually, I'm going to click through on your name. And then I know what account I have. Make sure that I have the right account. Okay. Good stuff. I'll check it after. Where'd we get to? What's going on? Where'd we get to? We got to Wincho. Howdy, Wincho. Welcome on in. Are you guys enjoying those new emotes? It looks like it. I'm glad. Chrisley, hello. Chrisley, great to see you. Sorry for the only slowly getting to all y'all's messages here. Hollow Clips, what's up? Welcome on in, Hollow Clips. Hope you're doing great. Blondie Boo, enjoying the new emotes. Yeah, you were super sneaky there, actually, Jackson. Thank you for the slow mode, Eyelash. Thank you. It'll help me get caught up. I promise I will get caught up. I'll be quick about it. Don't you guys worry. It certainly won't be an hour or anything before we get to the game. Nuh-uh. Don't worry about it. Oh, nice, Miso. I don't know. YouTube just decided to promote those. I don't know. Wanting to hide our hype train is peak ungrateful. It was in my way. Dylan, welcome in. Speaking of amazing community members and fantastic contributions, big thanks to Dylan for this incredible paint job for our truck in ETS2. Isn't it gorgeous? Ain't she a beaut? Ain't she a beaut? Drake says, to be fair, those Skyrim wanders are bomb. I gotta do some more, y'all. I really want to mod Skyrim again, but I'm like, I don't have that time. But I really want to. Community Shaders has been doing some beautiful stuff with Skyrim lately. Yo, Deep Fried Deals, welcome. Good to see you. Speaking of which, who else we got over on YouTube? I see Team Brownie's in there. Team Brownie says, "Oh yeah, time for me to put in a toothpick and play some Gordon Lightfoot. It's real trucking hours." I love it, Team Brownie. I love it. Asian Persuasion, welcome on in. And also, Ice Reagan, it's just good to see you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, YouTube stream real quiet tonight, but that's cool. That's cool. They're well behaved. Tokyo is one. Tokyo Electric. Tokyo, it's been a hot minute since we've seen you. How you doing? Tokyo says, "I'm tuning in from Germany." Of course, you're on your trip. You're about a month and a half into your trip. It's almost over. Oh no. Oh, that's always sad when you reach the end of a trip, but a month and a half of travel, that's got to have been amazing. I hope it's been everything you wanted it to be. And I'm quite honored that you're tuning in on your trip. Thank you for joining us, Tokyo. You have to let us know how it's going. Actually, Jackson, I'm glad that we've got some fun new follower emotes now. Naga, hello. Naga says Nick deserves to be picked up by the algorithm. Thank you. That's very kind. I think every creator probably feels that way, and many creators do definitely deserve to be picked up by the algorithm. Sadly, there's always an element of luck, and there's probably a lot of things that I should be doing that I'm not. So maybe in terms of quality of content, perhaps I deserve to be picked up by the algorithm, but I don't necessarily do the right things to optimize for that. So it's how she goes. Probably need to be making shorts and I don't know, other stuff. Yo, are you complaining that I shouted out Drake before you could, Eyelash? Yes, Drake, I know you've been on a Linux adventure. I didn't consider what streaming on Linux would be like, if it would be trickier, if there are considerations. Sargon says, what if I just sent in more scams? Serena says, I have a lot of potato points. Believe me, I'm holding back. I mean, I'm pretty sure, don't take this as a challenge, but I'm pretty sure there's a limit on the number of scamp armies you can claim, or you can, spend potato points on per stream. I think I did put a cap on it. I could be wrong about that. I might have a bad feeling we're going to find out. When I was quiet, Attractive says Nick sounds like my inner dialogue. Amazing. Steel Neko says, I'd have enough to request a game if I didn't keep spending a lot of scamps. You know what? That's the tough choices we gotta make in life. Danny Ta, hello, welcome. How you been? Thank you, I'm glad you enjoyed this European truck. It is a very nice one. Eyelash says he wants to make sure he can mute properly, so that when he's like, OMG, we need to ban Hippo, I can't take this anymore, here, made professional. 1 second, let me mute for just 1 second, friends, just 1 second. And we're back. We're good. We're good. Tell Sarah all my secret passwords while I was muted but not muted. Alright, thank you for helping me troubleshoot that, by the way. Oh, Bruce, you got a new keyboard drop. You got your K762 Pro. Factory lubed, gasket mounted, 5 layers of dampening, creamy and thocky. That's what we like to hear, literally and figuratively. Sounds a lot like the M1W, and it was half the price. Beauty. Red Dragon knows how to make good boards at good prices. There's no doubt about it. The spacebar, 0 play, 0 tick. That's impressive. That's impressive. It sounds like Red Dragon has really stepped up their game. Because before, you know, the last Red Dragon stuff I got, they had, you know, good build quality, good features, super competitive price. They hadn't quite dialed in the tone and those enthusiast features. You know, the stabilizers were still a bit rattly, that sort of thing. That sounds amazing, though. I should really check out Red Dragon's latest stuff. I really should. That's great, though, Bruce. Are you going to keep the stock caps on it? How are they? Or are you going to put something else on? I have to admit, gang, I have to admit, friends, over this past week, drop.com shut down. Y'all might remember Drop. They started as Mass Drop, then became drop.com. They did initially a lot of like limited drops, sort of limited run drops of enthusiast targeted products, including keyboard stuff. Later in their life, they became just kind of more of a general place for various enthusiast communities, keyboard nerds, audiophiles, that sort of thing. And a couple of years back, they were purchased by Corsair, and Corsair has now seen fit to shut down drop.com. I guess they purchased them for something other than their brand and their storefront. Maybe they wanted, you know, their products. I'm not sure. It's unclear what the future of drop.com's exclusive products are going to be, but one of their favorite things that one of my favorite things that they had was their MT3 profile keycaps, which are these beautiful, tall, really like scooped, sort of shapely, thick keycaps. Tall, shapely, and thick. That's how I like them. And it's unclear what the future of the MT3 profile is going to be. And so they were clearing out their stock this past week, and I might have bought a bunch of keycaps that I really, really don't need, because I have so many keyboards. I have so many keycaps, and I don't need more. But I wanted to have some just in case we can't buy them again. I also might have bought 3 or 4 sets of their DCX profile keycaps, which I've never used before. They're sort of a cherry style profile keycap. They just look really nice, and they're quite inexpensive because they had this big sale when they're clearing out. So I'm pretty sure it's over now, though. I think they've stopped selling. So, but anyway, I've got a bunch of keycaps coming that I extremely don't need. But mark my words, I will find a use for them one day. One day. Deep fried deals. I do not have any Keychron keyboards. I built a Keychron board with my brother. Like his board right now is a Keychron. We just bought the bare bones, got some switches and caps and whatever for him. And it was a nice board. It was lovely. But I do not personally own any Keychrons. By the way, thank you for the downpour, Sargon. Yes, Wincho, I am diabetic. I have type 1 diabetes. I've had for many years. It sure sounds like a Bruce. That sounds like a very different Red Dragon than I am familiar with. Thank you, Eyelash, for the diabetes shout out there. Oh man, I'm really gonna have to check that out. That sounds great. Wait, for real, Naga? Your garage is gonna flood? I hope not. Also, thank you for the announcements, Eyelash. Making sure that all the folks in our community get the kudos they deserve. Oh, I gotcha. That's pretty tough, Drake. Capture card compatibility, yeah. It's all good, Naga. Tokyo says, my trip is going amazing. I actually talked to some people at a bar in Tokyo about your channel, and they knew it? What? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Also, I told myself not to, but I kind of met someone on this trip. I mean, you know, when the opportunity presents itself and the right person is there, then that's, you know, that's exciting. That's exciting, Tokyo. First of all, that is super random that some random people at a bar in Tokyo knew about this channel. That's very cool. And also, I'm glad that you've met somebody else. Are they somebody that is also traveling? Like, did you travel with them a bit, or is someone that lives in one of the places you visited, or what? I don't mean to pry, but deep fried deals. Let me get some potato tapping going on for you here. Let me get some potato tapping. Yeah, the dual boot solution. That makes sense, Drake. That makes sense. Factory lubed and creamy. That is always how we like it. Naga, I'm sorry to drop the drop news on you. Yeah, Massdrop and drop.com, especially in its earlier times, was really cool. A fantastic website for just like good stuff that you couldn't necessarily find elsewhere if you were an enthusiast of specific things. Naga says, kind of seems like companies just buy competition and then shut them down. It happens. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. Sucks though. They are round caps, Bruce. The switches are linear and called Mint Mambo. I love the names of switches these days. They're getting out of control. And it feels amazing just the way it is. Okay, so by round, you mean the tops are like actually round? Or the whole cap is round? Huh. Oh, and it's got an numpad as well. Nice. Attractive, thank you for that quote. Since Drake apparently missed out on that one. Yeah, those GMK sets. I have a set of the GMK Red Samurai that Drop had at one point. Lovely set. Lovely set. Oh, you're just worried that the truck garage in the game is going to flood. Yeah, probably. All that rain. So far, though, so good. Nice and dry. Mizo, you're usually burning chat when I'm not here, but I'm right here right now. Right here right now. Sorry, what just got clipped? Also, let me just say, I love the URL that was randomly generated for that clip. Confident hard kimchi rickroll. That's a good. It's a good URL. Rectangular but rounded corners. Oh, I see, kind of pillowy. Sort of pillowy. I think I know what you mean. Miso, that is certainly not a challenge. Yo, what's up, Livy? What's up, Livy? Yo, Saga of Blitz, what's up? Ask any more, chance of any more Crimson Desert streams in the future? Yeah, I think so. I've played the game a little bit more. I'm still totally perplexed as to what exactly it is. But I like what I've experienced so far. So yeah, I do think there's a strong chance of more Crimson Desert streams in the future. Tonight, I'm going to be streaming for another couple hours. Saga of Blitz. So we got some time. Narwhal 4304 says, I'm also type 1 diabetic and was diagnosed in 2007. That's right around the time I was diagnosed. A little surprised the way I find out is popping into a stream as I lay in bed. Surprised to find out that I'm type 1 diabetic. Yeah, I was diagnosed right around the same time as you. It might actually have been 2007. It might have been 08. Can't remember if it was 07 or 08. Anyway. But yeah. Look at that. I've hit the bottom of chat. Spectacular. Spectacular. I think we can probably turn off that slow mode. I reckon. Mizo asks, have you ever played Slay the Spire? Thinking of getting the second one. I played the first one, and it just didn't quite grab me the way I had hoped, but I think I need to give it another shot. I need to give it another try, because I know that for second one, people are just going crazy about it. I know it's popping off right now, and it's only in early access, so I should go back and try and play the first one. I bet you it's a fantastic Steam Deck game. I should play it on my deck, is what I should do. Eyelash, thank you for turning off the slow mode. I am now here in real time. Oh, I'm here with you all in the chat. What now? What now is that KT Williams requested some keyboard sounds 8 minutes ago. KT Williams, did you have a specific kind of keyboard sound you were hoping for? Because the one I've got here on my desk right now is a real clicky boy. Real clicky clacky. Which I'm happy to do. But if you want something a little thockier, we can do that too. I just took your points for KT Williams. This is what I got right now. I got the Clickster. This is the 8-bit do or 8-bit do, depending on how you prefer to pronounce it. The official pronunciation is 8-bit do, but I don't like that. I'll keep using 8-bit do in protest. It is their retro keyboard. Their retro keyboard. This is specifically their Retro M, which is designed to look like an IBM Model M from the 80s and early 90s. If you're curious about it, you can see my review on the channel from last fall. Mizo, you were just watching that video. I have grown to like this even more than I did in that video. Like, I liked it at that time, but I just keep coming back to it. It's funny because it's just not, like, it's more than the sum of its parts. I might have said that in the video, actually. But, like, by rights, it shouldn't be as good as it is. It has, like, no dampening, no gasket mount, nothing like that. You know, it's not an enthusiast keyboard in that regard. But I think it's just really well made. And I really like these switches. And I like these keycaps. I like the profile, you know? And it's just really satisfying. I love using it for programming. Like when I'm writing code, this is my go-to board right now. It's just very tactile and very satisfying to use. So, it is heckin' clicky. It is heckin' clicky AF. Sargon, you might have been successful since I'm no longer at the bottom, but I will be again soon. Misa says, yeah, that's why I was looking at it. Not too many Steam Deck games that I want more, and I want more. Did you play the first one, Misa? Ooh, Koromon is good. I like Koromon. It is very much Pokemon. If you like Pokemon, Koromon will be very familiar. Yeah, I should totally play Koromon on deck. That's a great idea. I hadn't considered that, but that does sound like a great deck game. Bruce says that is the type of board that you rock when you want everyone at the office to know how fast you can. 100%. Most obnoxious office keyboard I could think of. To be fair, or to be clear, I don't use this in the office. I use this at home when I'm working from home writing code. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that review was last fall, like maybe last October or so. I want to say. I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm like totally off the mark. I could be. Maybe it was late summer. It's possible it was in the summer. Maybe I'm conflating it with the... You know what? I might be conflating it with the controller review. Yeah, I might. This review might have come out in the summer. I actually don't remember. Let's go find out. Let's go find out. Because you're right, it does feel like it came out. I put it out longer ago than that. Nope, October 10th, 2025. There you go. There you go. Time's just wild. Time's just crazy. Gotcha, Mizo. Gotcha. Katie Williams says, I need to step up my keyboard game. There are so many beautiful, beautiful sounding and feeling keyboards that you can enjoy. Life's too short for boring keyboards. Bruce says, if you're a traditional no-look typer, just like a touch typer, you could be jamming on that thing. And when people stare at you, you can stare right back while you're still typing, like, what's up, bruh? What's up? Look at my skills. Look at my power. Steel Echo says, please teach Royal to be a keyboard cat. What does that mean? The kind of cat that steps on your keyboard. Mizo says, don't do it with regards to the keyboards. It's a rabbit hole. I have 6 in a cabinet. I switch boards every week. Help. No, that's a great place to be. It's a wonderful feeling to look at your stable of keyboards and be like, ah, yes, which one do I want to use today? What a luxury. Isn't it though? Isn't it? You know, we all have our little things, right? Our little luxuries. Saga of Blitz says, keyboard clicking sounds are so relaxing. Also, your voice is very nice. Thank you. I like thoroughly you go through chat and respond to comments. I do try. Sometimes I miss some, or sometimes I'm a little slow, but I do try. Saga of Blitz says, I've been subbed for a hot minute but never really popped in. I really enjoy what you do. I really appreciate your kind words, Saga of Blitz. Thank you for coming and hanging out on the stream. It's nice to have you here. And I'm glad you like the content. Hey, speaking of nice to have you here, C-Mats, happy weekend to you too. Happy almost Monday to you as well. And happy, I will be seeing you soon. I will be seeing you soon. But I hope you had a good weekend, C-Mats, and I hope you have an awesome week as well. Oh, the meme cat that plays the keyboard, Steel Echo, like the tick, 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 tick. Yes. Isn't that Bongo Cat? Or am I just I'm looking at keyboard cat meme. Maybe I'm thinking the wrong one. Oh, okay, yes. Like a musical keyboard cat. I also have a musical keyboard right here. So maybe I need to teach Royal how to play the musical keyboard. By the way, just so y'all know, we had a bit of a breakthrough potentially this past week regarding Royal. Royal's owners said that they think they might be ready, if we want, to receive an awesome raid from Fireside Chats ASMR. That is not what they said, but that is what I'm hype about right now. Welcome on in, Fireside Chats and friends. It is wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're just hanging out here yapping about keyboards and about cats. At some point here, we are going to be playing some Euro Truck Simulator, but right now, we just yapping. Fireside Chats is wonderful to see you. I hope you had an excellent stream, and thank you so much for bringing your awesome community on over. Y'all, please go click that heart. Go follow Fireside Chats ASMR, a legit, awesome ASMR artist here on Twitch. Been streaming here for ages. Some fantastic, high-quality ASMR. A wonderful community. Genuinely an excellent part of the Twitch ASMR community. Please go hit that follow. Support another awesome, wholesome ASMR artist. And enjoy some tingles. Enjoy some tingles. It is wonderful. It's wonderful to see you as well. I feel like it's been ages since I had a chance to drop by one of your streams. How have you been? How was your stream tonight? What were you all up to? Yes, you did in fact spell that shout out correctly. Good job. Good job. Thank you, Eyelash. If you're here for the first time, if you just came in with that raid, please make yourself comfortable. Welcome on in. My name is Nick. I'm the ASMR nerd. We do a lot of nerdy ASMR stuff around here. A lot of yapping. I'm going to be real with you. We do a lot of yapping. But we also play some video games. And occasionally we do other stuff, like we unbox a mechanical keyboard or something like that. Have all that here on Twitch, but of course also you can check out the YouTube, some more traditional, sort of quieter, slightly less yappy ASMR over there. So, but it's wonderful to have you here. Please make yourselves comfy cozy. And we also have an awesome community here, if I do say so myself. Some really fine folks. Yeah, like Eyelash. Eyelash is a fine folk. But yes, please do go follow and support Fireside Chats, y'all. And you know, support high quality ASMR on this platform. What was that about? That was Tower Oik. Tower Oik. Welcome back on in for, oh my god, 61 flipping months. That is definitely worth tapping on this potato. Definitely worth tapping on this potato. Tower Oik says, hey, I cannot stay long, but I hope you have a great stream and a great rest of your week, everyone. Tower Oik, thank you for stopping on by, giving us some drive-by good vibes. Always appreciate that. We can always use all the good vibes we can get. Tower Oik, welcome back on in for another one. Thank you for being such an amazing supporter of this community for so long. I hope you have a great night. Sorry I can't stick around, but thanks for dropping in, Tower Oik. Thanks for dropping on in. Sorry, God. Thank you for adding that quote as well. What I was going to say is that Royals owners said that they think that they are ready to give Royal to us, basically. So she would be our cat. We would take over her pet insurance. You know, she would live here and all that stuff. We'd feed her, etc. So this is maybe going to happen. I don't want to be too excited about it just yet, because I think they still sounded like they had some reservations about it. Maybe. I think they're just, I think, you know, it's hard for them to let her go like that, but it's like literally we're neighbors. Whenever they want to visit her, they can. She can go over there if they want, you know, if they want. She's not going far. So yeah, today we picked up litter boxes and kitty litter and some dishes, you know, like a little water dish, food dish, and we set it all up for her, and we introduced her to, you know, here's your food and water, here's your bathroom, all that stuff. So we're gonna try this out and see how it goes. If she's happy to sort of move over here, then I mean, let's be real, she already spends most of her time over here, so that it's not a big change for her. However, you know, she's not used to being here overnight, you know, coming inside overnight. She's not necessarily used to eating over here. She's not used to having a litter box here, so like we do have to figure out, you know, if that's all going to work for her. But yeah, it might be happening. This might be a thing. So we're going to kind of try it out step by step, see how it goes, and if it's working out for, you know, for her owners and for us and for Royal, then we might be Royal's new owners. Possibly. So we shall see. We shall see. But that would be pretty exciting, because she's very cute. And she already does spend a lot of time over here. Trobe on YouTube says, as someone who never goes on Twitch, is the Twitch ASMR community different than YouTube? Trobe, the Twitch ASMR community the community's been there a long time. There are lots of very high quality creators and wonderful communities. There's also, like, quite frankly, a lot of highly sexualized ASMR. And if you go over to the ASMR category on Twitch, it's impossible to ignore or avoid it. Like, it's very, very apparent, which, you know, like, there's demand for it, clearly. And, like, if that's your thing, then that's great. You go ahead and do that. But, you know, it really does, and I've talked about this before, but it really does muddy the waters for people who maybe stumble into, you know, the ASMR category, or who are new to ASMR, and that's the first thing that they're, you know, presented with, and they're like, oh, okay, so ASMR is a sex thing. And this is not a new problem. This has been a thing for a very long time, and frankly, you know, YouTube is not necessarily different, but I would say it's a lot more in your face on Twitch. And I think there's maybe a higher proportion of that kind of ASMR content on Twitch, or at least it's more visible. Certainly that stuff exists on YouTube as well, but at least in my experience, like the stuff that, like the recommended stuff that pops up for me on YouTube is generally not so much of that nature, but maybe that's more to do with YouTube's algorithm. I'm not sure. So yeah, I think there are differences between the ASMR communities on Twitch and YouTube, at least in the way they first appear or present themselves. That being said, I can't say I've ever gone on YouTube and, like, logged out of my account and just searched ASMR. I don't know what comes up when you do that. Maybe it's just as in your face with the sexualized ASMR. I'm not sure. So, I don't know. Also, I don't even know how YouTube's algorithm works. Like, if you do that, is it still basing it on, like, your location, like your IP? Are you getting results tuned to you based on that to some extent? Like, if you use the VPN, would you get different results? Certainly, I would think so. But anyway, I guess the algorithm is a lot more sophisticated on YouTube, and so you see ASMR that's maybe more tuned to what you enjoy, right? Whereas on Twitch, you go to the ASMR category, and it's just everybody streaming ASMR. And by default sorted by the biggest streams, right? Like, biggest streams at the top. I hope that answers your question, Trobe. Yo, C-Mats says, is there a good beard oil you would recommend? Hey, C-Mats, the beard oil that I use, I really like, is the, what the heck is it called? Everyday Jack, or something. Everyman Jack, I'm pretty sure. It's like a sandalwood beard oil. Let me go get it. 1 second. I'll go get it. I'll show you what beard oil I use. 1 moment, friends. This is the beard oil I use. It's the Everyman Jack beard oil, the sandalwood variety. They have a few different ones. They have some like sea spray one or something, I don't know, but I like this one. I like the smell of the sandalwood. I call this hydrating beard oil. I like stuff that is beard softening because by default my facial hair is pretty coarse, pretty aggressive, very spiky, and so I like softening oils. This is the stuff. It's nice. I like it a lot. I also have like a beard lotion from the same company. So that's the one. Yeah, it's good. It smells nice. Sarah likes it a lot, so that helps. 1 second, friends. I'm just gonna put this back. I'll be right back. Don't you touch those flames. Don't you dare. I went to put my beard oil back and Sarah woke up. She was napping. That's why I took a second longer. You're very welcome, CMATS. CMAT says the best kind of pets are the ones that visit you that cost a lot less. This is true. This is true. If we do become the owners of Royal, then, you know, we take on her expenses as well, her food and her pet insurance and all that. But that's okay. I think she needs a good, you know, place to be away from other cats, and you know, it would be nice to bring her in here at night, and we know then that she's in a, you know, safe, cozy place. But yeah, so we shall see. I am scrolling back to see when will the lies end. Sorry, what lies? Oh my god, he's stealing, says but no, I never want owners to feel like we're stealing. We did, you know, we've been as respectful of their wishes as we possibly could be, and we'll, you know, continue to be. We don't want them to feel like we're stealing their family member. But Royal has chosen to spend a lot of time over here, so. Bruce says, let's be honest, Nick, this is Royal's house, you just live here. Yeah, I mean, yes, it did feel like that way because she was here before we were here. Like, she had claimed the front garden as her own before we bought the house. Cats just moving into houses and deciding they lived there since 10,000 BC. Yes, Artractus says, that's so sweet, Royal chose you guys. that's what her owner said. You know, she said part of having a pet is doing what's right for them, and it seems like she's chosen you guys. But we just don't want there to be any bad vibes, any bad feelings there, and we also want to make sure that Royal does want to be here, you know, full time. Cat distribution system strikes again. Life says, it seems like it would be a lot easier on everyone since Royal and the other kitties don't get along. That's exactly it, right? You can't predict those types of things, but best of luck to y'all, Royal and the neighbors. Thank you. Our tractor says, we all love Royal. I hope this means we get to see her more often. I think it will. I think it will. We're in this slightly awkward transitional situation right now where I guess we can start bringing her in here at night. I'm not sure if she's going to like that. She might not. So we might lose some sleep over that because she might be like, no, I want to be out. Because she's also kind of used to being outside at night. She has a little box out by her front door that she sleeps in at night typically these days. But I think, you know, for peace of mind, if Sarah and I are going to be responsible for her now, I think we would like to bring her in overnight. And I think that's going to be a transition for her. I think she's going to have to get used to that, and she's not going to like it at first. But now that we finally have a litter box in here, and we will have food for her, we can do that and keep her in here overnight and, you know, be confident that at least she has what she needs inside, even if she doesn't like being inside overnight. But the answer is yes. I think that does mean that you will see more of Royal on the streams. And right now, though, she's outside. So it's going to be a little awkward as we kind of like transition responsibilities, and like previously we would defer to, you know, what her owners want, and we just let her be outside at night. If they wanted to bring her in, they would do that, and if not, she'd just sleep in the box. But like I said, I think for us, we would rather she wasn't outside overnight. And so I guess it's okay now, if we are officially transitioning ownership of this cat, for us to just scoop her up and keep her inside overnight. Yeah, but it's a little bit like, is that okay? Are we at that point now? I'm not quite sure. Talking about the YouTube versus Twitch ASMR stuff, Steel Neko says Amaranth really changed the kind of streamers in the ASMR category here. Yeah, maybe that was the start of it. I don't know. You have to be more vigilant on Twitch. Yeah, I think that's correct, Miso. Yeah, it can be frustrating if you're looking for certain kind of ASMR content. I think it's much easier to curate the ASMR content you see on YouTube than it is on Twitch. Yeah. It's putting TV says, I feel like a lot of it is not even good ASMR either. That may be true. I think in many cases the ASMR is fairly secondary, if that makes sense. Like in Twitch streams. And I'm not saying that's the case across the board. There are some really fantastic ASMR artists on Twitch. Some really high quality, super tingly content. There have been people making ASMR on Twitch for years and years now. Since before there was an ASMR category on Twitch. And so a lot of those OGs are still out here doing it with some really good, wholesome, traditional ASMR. But it's all mixed in with all the other stuff as well, right? So It's Pudding was going to try doing the log out incognito mode YouTube ASMR search and see what it turns up. It's Pudding says, signed out and did incognito mode, and I didn't see any explicit videos within a few scrolls on YouTube. So it seems like YouTube does filter that stuff a little better. Steel Neko says, I see more roleplay ASMR videos on YouTube. Definitely, yes. Yeah, the type of ASMR does differ. That is a good point. yeah, you're not going to see role plays so much here on Twitch. You might see cosplays, but it's obviously it's by its very nature a more live, in the moment kind of experience. So Drake says, I have a full privacy browser and a VPN. I will check. Oh, everyone's logging out on YouTube, checking it out. Sargon gonna science it up. Sargon the science guy. Science rules. Sargon. Dylan says, I just checked incognito mode without the VPN and it's about 50-50. Interesting. So y'all are getting different results even logged out and with a VPN. Sargon says it immediately sends you to the massage side of the ASMR community. That's so weird. You're all getting such different results, even logged out and even with VPNs. Miso says, when my YouTube tries to give me weird ASMR, not my 46 keyboard unboxing video. Sad face. Bruce says, I really hate the fact that the movement that I feel is really good for inner peace and overall mental health was hijacked by a bunch of scantily clad folks licking their microphones. Sorry, that's Sarah's cough. She's much better than she was, but it still sounds kind of bad. But she's way better than it used to be. Yeah. Again, for me, like, I'm pretty like live and let live about it. If that's the kind of content that people want to make or the kind of content that people want to watch, it's not for me to yuck their yum, like you whatever. But what gets me is when that stuff all gets lumped together with more traditional and more wholesome ASMR content, and it makes it really unclear to people what ASMR actually is, and it gives that wrong impression that there's something inherently sexualized about ASMR, which it is not. Like, and like for me, my very formative ASMR experiences have been the furthest thing from sexual, right? Like when I think back on my first memories of ASMR, it's watching PBS, like watching Fred Rogers and watching Bob Ross. And so, for me, like, it's a very, it's unfortunate that many people's first point of contact with ASMR these days is something that were they to watch and other people were to know they were watching that would make them feel ashamed, potentially. Does that make sense? Like, and again, not that there's anything like inherently wrong with sexualized ASMR or that people should feel ashamed for watching it or producing it necessarily, but it's just a different kind of thing. And I think that it's just really easy to misunderstand that there is not inherently a sexual element to ASMR, and that there is a lot of wholesome non-sexual ASMR out there for people to, use therapeutically, to help people sleep, for people to enjoy for relaxation, for work, for focus, whatever. And it just, I think, when the stuff that's in your face is this hypersexualized stuff, that really colors people's opinions of it in a way that scares people off. And that just sucks. Anyway. This is my soapbox. I've said this many times before. This is not a hot take or anything. This is maybe the coldest take possible. But it's just where we're at. OMG Capybara, hello. Welcome. Jake says, not seeing much sexual ASMR logged out. Okay. I do think YouTube does a much better job of kind of siloing that stuff off. Mizo, you use a brand of beard oil called Harry's. I've heard of that before. And it's good for your sensitive skin. That's good to know. It's true, Dylan. I mean, there's a big audience. Clearly, there's a big audience for sexualized ASMR. Is the audience for the ASMR, or is the audience for the sexualized part of it? I mean, I think a lot of the time it's for the sexualized part of it. The ASMR is incidental. But not always, but often. That's, I think, just the case. But Royal better start paying some bills, right, Mizo? Attractive says that's a lot of trust from your neighbors. Yeah. And that's right. I mean, whenever they want to see Royal, she's going to be here, so. Bruce says, you guys showed up and Royal was like, you are nice humans. I think I will keep you. Pretty much exactly that. Yeah, I'm not sure she's going to be crazy about sleeping inside, but we'll see. Hello, Ilk. Welcome. Welcome. Glad you could join us for a little bit before heading off to bed. OMG Capybara, you're not wrong. Royal is not. I don't think she's a good outdoor cat. I don't think she. Ragdolls in general don't make great outdoor cats. And I think, you know, she began life as an indoor cat and she ended up being an outdoor cat, you know, before we knew her, before we had moved in here. And I think that was largely because she was really not happy indoors with the other cats that her owners got. And there's no way they could have really predicted that. And so it was, I think, just they felt it was easier to let her outside because she seemed happier that way. But now we do have this very awkward situation where she is an outdoor cat who's used to being outdoors. But if we are taking responsibility of her, I don't know that I feel comfortable allowing her to still be an outdoor cat. But she is used to that. You know, that is sort of part of her territory, part of her life. And I think it would be really difficult. Oh, that's my blood sugar alarm. Means I gotta do something about my blood glucose. It'd be really difficult to make her an exclusive indoor cat now. But maybe that's something we try to do. We still have to talk about that and decide how we want to approach that. And but it would be better for her, you know. I think it's just you know, I think she'd be certainly safer, probably healthier. Anyway, that gets complicated and it's not really something we need to hash out here on the stream, but it's something we're certainly on our minds, and something we're going to have to make a decision about at some point here if, you know, the responsibility of being her owners is in fact transitioning to us, right? So Eyelash says, Nick, I'll send you a cat behavior site talking about the hunt, catch, kill, sleep cycle. It might help Royal adjust to being inside at night. That sounds very helpful. That would be great. Thank you, Eyelash. Darpa Lord, welcome on in. Man, we got some good rules here. Exactly. There are many amazing ASMRs here on Twitch, such as Fireside Chats ASMR. 100%. Drake says, my very first memory of experiencing ASMR was when I was having a late night whisper conversation with my aunt. And the way she whispered gave me ASMR. 100%. Yeah. I think many people have similar memories like that. Eyelash says, I just wish there were proper categories of sexual ASMR that people would actually use those categories rather than all mixed in together. 100%. 100%. Exactly what I've been saying for years now. Steel Nicholas says, sometimes I watch the Twitch Joy of Painting channel and sketch along on the 3DS Doodle game. That sounds so good. It still looks so good. Bob Ross is a wizard. That sounds lovely. That sounds so chill. Yeah, it is very, very trusting of Royal's owners. You know, and we don't want to take that trust for granted. And we want to make sure that, you know, we're still respecting their, you know, emotional connection with Royal. Like, we don't want them to feel like they're losing a family member or they're giving away their cat. So, you know, we have to handle it with sensitivity. And so, yeah, we're just sort of in this interesting in-between stage here now, I guess. Just as of today, really. Where we're trying to figure out, like, if, you what that's going to look like and what's going to work for them and for us, but especially for Royal. So Eyelash says, Nick, you're going to be in a nursing home talking about sexual ASMR. Okay, Grandma, let's get you back to bed. Am I? Drake says, I think the reason YouTube is better about it is because ASMR has existed there in its true form way longer than the sexual stuff. Yeah, that's true. It didn't start out that way on YouTube. Artractus says, I really want to get Crimson Desert. Been holding off for a while, but now I'm getting major FOMO seeing everyone having so much fun. I played a bit more this week, and I really enjoyed it, I will say. I'm still not sure what that game is, honestly. I think it takes quite a while to really get going, but Derpalord, welcome. Derpalord says, I got some good life news for once this year. I got a job offer, 50% increase in salary, exact same job, a new company. That is huge. That is massive. Congratulations, Derpalord. Sounds like things are looking up for you. That's fantastic. Big congrats. That is amazing. Yes, I did think about that, OMG Capybara. If we can convince Royal to wear a harness and a leash, then that might be the middle ground. If she's largely like an indoor cat, but we take her out for supervised walkies, that might be the way we can do it. Now, that's going to take some convincing. I think she's not going to be happy about not being able to go out whenever she wants. And I think she's not going to be happy about wearing a harness, but we will give it a shot. I'm told by her owners that she was leash trained as a kitten when she was young. She's not worn a harness and a leash for a very long time, but they did leash train her when she was young, so that might make it easier. So, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Yo, Rick Grimes, welcome on in. Good to see you. Good to see you. Derpalord says, found out that after 4.5 years of the current company, I was earning less than our interns. What? You mentioned that to your boss. He said something along the lines of, I haven't seen recent improvement to give you a raise. Come on. Despite my last raise being like 2 years ago. That's just straight disrespectful. That's disrespectful. Job title was still junior programmer, but my tasks were more akin to a data engineer. Yeah, and it sounds like you knew your value, and now they know your value too. It's too bad that you're leaving. Too bad they didn't recognize that sooner. But it's good for you. Sounds like this new place recognizes your value. Sargon says, we once had a cat who started indoors, switched to indoor outdoor, and then back to indoor again. As long as they're happy, they're pretty good about adapting. Truth be told, Royal's been spending a lot of time inside here during the day. It's usually in the evenings that she wants to be outside, so we're gonna have to do some cat behavioral, reading and understanding, and probably a little bit of, behavioral psychology on this cat. But we will see. Dylan says, of course, you can always reassure them the cat will always be there. Yeah, it's true. The cat's not far away. Royal will always be nearby. Romulus, welcome. Good to see you. Lurking as you have work in the morning. Hey, thank you. I did have a pretty good week, and I'm looking forward to this week ahead, and I hope you are too. Hope you have a good one. Thanks for dropping on in, Romulus. Thank you for the kind words and the good vibes. I hope you sleep really, really well. We gotta sign Royal up for some cat shows. I don't know if she'd be eligible. I think she is a purebred ragdoll. I don't know what the rules about that stuff are. I do not think she would tolerate having to do what they have to do for those shows, though. Attractive says, I've heard that Crimson Desert makes sense after like 12 plus hours. Yeah, that is quite the commitment, but yes, I know the cats you can adopt and give them armor, a heckin' chonker, and they sit on your shoulder. It's amazing. It is amazing. Eyelash, please do. Please do. I'd appreciate that too. I'm bored 672. Welcome. You've come to the right place. Mizo says, sounds like what I did. A high school was paying me minimum wage to be a special education aide, so I skipped down to an independent study program paying $3 more an hour. Great. Awesome. Yes, I have read that, Sargon, that cats are crepuscular. They're active at dusk and dawn. Yeah. Midday and midnight hours are when they get most of their rest. Yeah. So that's something we're going to have to work around, figure out what we need to do for her. But anyway, it's going to be maybe a little complicated. It's going to take some figuring some stuff out, but that's sort of the path we're headed down with Royal right now. Anyway, I will go get a snacky snack or Tractivy, right? I need to do that. Thank you for the request. I'm going to go do that right now. I will also get tonight's beer while I'm at it. And when I get back, we will play some Euro Truck. We'll go cruising. Sound good? I will be right back, friends. Don't touch that dial. Be excellent to one another while I'm gone. I'll be back in just a minute or two.
Bunger! Bunger, bunger, bung, 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 bung.
Hi, everybody!
Hi, Dr. Nick.
I have returned. Thank you for your patience. I took an extra minute because I went and I got myself a heavenly hunk. I put a heavenly hunk in my mouth. It was delicious. For those who don't know, heavenly hunks are these like oatmeal cookie cubes, basically. And I find they're not bad for boosting my blood sugar. I also got myself some fruit snacks. I don't know if I'll need these. I'll check my blood sugar again in a little bit, and we'll see how it's going. If it's still kind of low, I'll have a fruit snack or two. And then I also got tonight's beer. I also see that chat is on fire. Who would have thunk it? Who would have guessed it? Dang, there's a lot of fire there. Look at that, Drake getting the fire started. Eyelash coming in shortly thereafter. Miso with the fire potato question mark. Not sure what the question mark's about. Derpalord getting right into it. And Dylan, it was in fact time. You did get your timing right. There's a lot of flames. Naga says we need a flaming scamp that's just freaking out as an emote. Oh, that would actually be pretty good. All right, let me add that to the list of requested emotes. Open file location. There we go. Emote suggestions.txt. Flaming scamp emote. Lots of Blastoise. Thank you, Sargon, for doing your best to keep the fire at bay. And then Ilk with the laughing Dagoth. Naga says, we have waited so long for Scam Massacre, it should be illegal. Yes, let us make the Scam Massacre illegal. That's a great idea. A heavenly hunk, Derpalord. Yeah, you heard me. Mad Season, what's up? Mad Season says, surely not the game before the 2-hour mark. We might get there. We might get there. I still do have to open the beer. Drake says, if we get the scam emote before the Scam Massacre, I will riot. Oh dear. The scams will keep you under control. It's all good. Nicoma, hey, hello, welcome. You've returned for truck stuff. Excellent. We're about to hit up some truck stuff, so you arrived at the right moment. Also, happy 58-month anniversary, Nicoma. I hope you're doing great tonight. Welcome on in. And thank you for coming back for another one. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for your kind support. Also, thank you for the follow there, Terry Z. Welcome on in to our wonderful band of I don't know, I was gonna say like miscreants and I don't know, but no, you're not miscreants. You are wonderful people. A wonderful band of wonderful people. Of genuine folks. Tick Spring says, and a highly intellectual scamp that teaches us a one-line factoid each. A one loin? No, we do not need loin factoids. Oh my god. Why am I like this? Tick Spring said nothing about loins. That was me. That was all on me. A one-line factoid each time. You could see how trying to say one line factoid, I would say one loin, okay? Mad Season says, hey buddy, I couldn't resist. Besides, I can't play this game for anything, so I truck vicariously via you. I'm glad that we can get you your trucking fix. Terry Z, thank you also for jumping into the chat there. Can we all get a warm stream chat welcome for Terry Z? Mizo says, we are scamp enthusiasts. Drake says, I'm a dead scamp enthusiast. Yikes. Jumping back to the YouTube chat. Yo, it is RPG Audio Vault, aka Justin Jet Zorbas. Justin says, just dropped in quickly to say hello. Keep up the great work, Nick. Justin, thank you. I appreciate that so much. And I hope you're doing great. I hope RPG Audio Vault is doing great. For those who don't know, Justin Jet Zorbas, longtime member of this community. Awesome dude. Audio designer and composer. Creates soundscapes and music to go along with your tabletop RPGs. That is RPG Audio Vault. And I hope it's going fantastic for you, Justin. Thank you for dropping on in to say hi. Shaftel, we are maybe adopting a cat that is our neighbor's cat. The cat is maybe being rehomed to us. And I say maybe, but I think it's happening. But the funny part is that she has already been spending most of her time here for the last number of months anyway. So basically when we moved in, this cat decided that we were the place to be. So yes, it is a real cat we are discussing. Phase Beast, what is up? Phase Beast says, truck driver Nick. Hello, ASMR heavy, long haul distance, focused driver nerd. I hope I'm all those things. However, I will also be a beer drinking nerd. And this is the point of the stream where I like to remind everyone that the only place that is okay to consume alcohol and drive, or be in any altered state of mind and drive, is when you're driving in a video game. Okay? It's always sat a little bit weird with me that I drink the beer on the stream and then I drive on the stream. But I want to make it abundantly clear that this is in no way an endorsement or even a tacit endorsement or implicit endorsement of anything of the sort. Yeah. It's just a weird kind of tension, I guess, between the fact that I'm drinking the beer and the fact that I'm driving the truck. But don't drink and drive, friends. Don't text and drive. Don't toke up and drive. It's not worth it. When you're driving, drive in a clear state of mind. Focus on your driving. Do not endanger yourself or others by being an irresponsible or driving under the influence driver. I like to state that explicitly because I just want to make sure nobody gets the wrong idea. If you're playing a video game and you want to enjoy a beer, that's a totally different matter, and that is what I'm going to be doing here tonight. But don't get the wrong impression. Don't take the wrong message away from this. That's what I like to say. Drake says, I didn't even realize that quote was actually the rules. Which, quote 1656, yeah, it's an actual real quote. It's actually the rules, thanks to Eyelash. Yes, we're glad that Royal has somewhere to be happy and peaceful and cozy and away from other cats. And that is our home. And we love having her here. So, yo, Crisley says, hey again, Nick. I had to dip out after I joined earlier, but I'm back now. Welcome back. Glad you're here. You're here just in time for the beer pour and then some actual gaming. Exactly, Tick Spring. I'm bored says it's okay to drink and drive on the moon. No law against that. I still wouldn't do it. I would not recommend it. There may be no law against it. I'm pretty sure that NASA or whatever space agency sent you there probably not thrilled if you were drinking and driving on the moon, though. You think international maritime law would apply? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure about the technicalities of that, I have to admit. Red Boy from Newey, hello, welcome. FazeB says, I enjoyed this driver game. Very fun watching you stop at 7-Eleven getting snacks and coffee for the road. Yeah, we'll be sure to do that this time. Now, I guess let's think about it this way. You're using your feet and arms and vision simultaneously to direct a 4,000-pound hunk of metal and glass and should not in any way be inebriated or distracted. 100%. It's a lot of responsibility. Driving a vehicle is a lot of responsibility. You're responsible for your own well-being, but also that of everything and everyone around you. So treat it with the, the respect that level of responsibility deserves. It's all good. Tick Spring. All right, enjoy your lurk attractive. Good luck picking up your car. Monaco, I do not have a Raspberry Pi. I've never had a chance to play around with one. Like, in theory, like I like the concept and the idea, but it's not something I've ever gotten into. Crisley says, been a long time since I've seen the pour. I need a compilation of those. Yes, or another beer tasting video. Well, maybe we can do both. All right, gang. Tonight's beer is a fun one. It is the Dinosaur Power Key Lime Pie, and the art is this salivating Dilophosaurus. Is that what this is? Isn't it Dilophosaurus with the head crests like that? Except the Dilophosaurus has like the frill also that goes like whoop, right? I don't know if that's actually a real thing or if that's just Jurassic Park, but as you can see, this Dilophosauroid kind of creature is presenting us with a delicious looking key lime pie. The Dinosaur line of beers from Phillips has expanded, I want to say exponentially, over the last couple of years. It used to just be one sour they had, which is quite yummy, but now they have all these sub flavors. I had a key lime pie sour on the stream a while back, a month ago or so maybe, and I wanted to try this one for comparison, see how it is. They do tend to be pretty delicious, these Dinosaurs. Phillips, the electronics company. No, Phillips, the brewing and malting company here in Victoria, British Columbia. Let's see what they have to say. It says here, Dinosaur Power Key Lime Pie packs a delightfully tart bite. Soured with our house-cultured lactose strain, fruit juices added pre- and post-fermentaceous period, balancing the tart tang with the juicy fruit sweetness. So that sounds really yummy. And, who can say no to dinosaurs on their beer? So. Nicole, thank you for the blood sugar check. My blood sugar was a bit low. I did have a snack. I will use your blood sugar check in a few minutes to see if it has started its upward recovery. Derpalord says, even if it was legal to drink and drive in space, you're spending a lot of time in space, and then at low gravity, that beer is going to taste like dookie. You don't even have a bathroom. Why do you think the beer is going to taste like beer? I don't want to think about it. Take Spring wants some key lime pie now. I do enjoy some nice key lime pie. Nicoma says, Google says that is in fact a Dilophosaurus. Oh, good. I'm glad I got it right. The logo looks similar to the electronics company. Does it? I don't know what the electronics company logo looks like off the top of my head. Is the electronics company 2 L's or 1 L? I'm not sure. Yo, what's up, Ryan? Welcome. Oh, hey, and Brian. Ryan and Brian. Brian says, hey, Nick, good to see you. Just back from Ukraine with the Renegade Relief Runners. I am not familiar with the Renegade Relief Runners, but that sounds intense, whatever it is. I'm going to have to look that up. But welcome back, Brian. Welcome back. Bodis VR, hello. Bodis says, hey, it's my first time here. Or is it Bodis? I'm not sure. Just saw your love and clicked on it, so hello. I'm not sure if that was, I think live was maybe what that was supposed to be, but you saw my love too, because I appreciate you being here. So, Bodis VR, Bodis, thanks for being here. Welcome on in. Can we get a warm stream welcome from Bodis VR? We are going to be playing a video game in just a second, but first we're going to crack open this beer, and we're going to get a nice fizzy pour going on. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. And let's adjust the microphones so y'all can get the crispest, clearest, highest quality pour sound possible. Alright, dear Lord, have a good drive to work. Hopefully you can join us again later, but if not, you have a good one. Have a great day. Congrats again on the new job. Alright, let's pour this one out, friends. Let's pour it out. This one's real busy. Ooh, listen to that. So fizz. But then it quickly, the fizziness quickly goes away. Like many other sours. We've discussed this before, but the head, the foamy head on it doesn't seem to be as frothy on sours. It's a much more ephemeral foam on top. You need an out of 10 rating, Grizzly? Well, I will taste it right now and let you know. But I need an out of 10 rating on that pour. What do you guys think? How did that rank among pours on the channel? How'd that rank? Sargon says, hit me up for Dino Facts anytime. Oh wait, do you have some? Oh, Sargon does have some Dino Facts about the Dilophosaurus. The frill and venom is just Jurassic Park, but the real Dilophosaurus was probably scarier than the movie version, if you can believe it. 8 feet tall at the hip, up to 900 pounds, and jaws that could crush bone. Dang. It would hold its prey in place with its arms and crush the neck. I didn't realize the Dilophosaurus was so big. That's wild. Wow, that is kind of scary. Thank you for the Dino Facts. Derplord says, whenever I hear key lime pie, I always imagine a lime pie with a bunch of keys in it. Yeah, I could see why. Probably because I have no frame of reference for what key lime is. I don't actually know what the key part of key lime is, I have to admit. But the pie itself is kind of like it's like a lime custard, kind of, with like whipped cream on top usually. In like a crust, you know. It's like a thick kind of lime custard. Maybe custard's not the right word, but it's kind of that consistency. Or like a pudding, I don't know what you call it. A key lime is a type of lime. Okay, see, I didn't even know that. Rog says, oh man, I'm going to see if I can get these at work. Always on the lookout for new sours, especially from Phillips. Yeah, Gorog, you probably can. You are one of the few people here who probably can get it. I just happened to see this at the liquor store today. It's the first time I've seen it, so Let's try it out, friends. Let's try it out. Some Dino Power Key Lime Sour. Cheers to badass dinosaurs. Yeah. Two amazing, scary dinosaurs that ruled the earth hundreds of millions of years ago. Or at least, you know, tens of millions. Some number of many millions. Cheers, dinosaurs. That is actually quite sweet. Wow. Very juicy. Very vanilla forward. But fairly balanced too. Like, definitely taste the lime. Definitely taste the vanilla. Sweeter than I expected. Very drinkable. Very crushable. It's 7%, so it's not exactly weak, but it just tastes like juice, basically. It's really good. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I call that a winner from Phillips. Maybe even a little too sweet for my taste, but I give that like a solid 8 out of 10. That's very good. I definitely am enjoying it. It's all good, Sargon. You need it, you nerd it, either. Naga says, I'm having a spicy cinnamon beatbox. It is by far the most strange one among them so far. It tastes like I'm drinking hot tamales candy. I don't know about that. Also, Hernan, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Thorak, welcome. Thorak says, hey folks, looks like I made it just in time for the beer. I hope you were here for the pour, Thorak. I hope you got the pour. You'll need an out of 4 rating as a Weltic Spring. I give it a 3 out of 4. Oh, hey, and y'all are saying that the pour was a 8 or a 7 to 8, so the beer pour matches with my rating of the beer itself. Nice, Red Boy from Newey. I hope you enjoy playing it. Nakoma says, I'm getting so many tingles, I must be CP. I may not last long here, gang. I'm gonna try. You know what? If you gotta sleep, go sleep. That's important. It's important. Favorite beer I've ever had on stream, Red Boy from Newey? Oh man. I gotta think back through years and years of beers. I don't know if I can answer that. I don't know. I've had a lot of beers I enjoy. There's like a dark berry sour from Fieldhouse Brewing that is quite spectacular that I've enjoyed in past. I really like Nectarous Dry Hop Sour from Four Winds Brewing. It's been a long time since I had that on stream, but it is delightful. Oh, there was a blackberry spruce tip IPA from Mount Aerosmith Brewing that I had on stream that was spectacular. I still think about it sometimes. I might go with that blackberry spruce tip IPA. I think of the ones that come to mind. That might be my favorite. Ilk, enjoy your lurk. Enjoy your lurk. Sargon has another dino fact. Dinosaurs were around for so long that T-Rex actually lived closer to modern times than it did to Stegosaurus' time. It's true. It's we think about dinosaurs as like, yes, they all existed once in this giant dinosaur menagerie, but the amount of time dinosaurs walked the earth is like so indescribably much longer than humans have been around that it's just it's impossible to comprehend. Like, our existence is like just a blip compared to the amount of time that dinos were doing their thing. Kaio, thank you for the blood sugar check. I am actually going to cash in Nakoma's right now, and it does look like my blood sugar is on its way back up. which is great. 5.3 and increasing. I will check on it again in a little bit with your check there, Kyle, just to make sure that it's not going too high. But it's back out of the lows, and that's good. Also, I just remembered while I was down there, I checked on Royal. She's in her box. She was sleeping. I took a little picture of her. She looks kind of PO'd. She's like, why are you sticking this phone in my face and taking a picture of me while I'm sleeping? But she's still pretty cute. She was just napping. She's like, you have woken me, why? Fazebees asks, how's Pika Snooze, the plushie? Really doing great. They're just sleeping over there. Sleep-a-chew or Pika Snooze. Take a pick. Phaseby says 8 out of 10 pour rating, very good, but ASMR Giga Chad Hairy Chest pours more professionally. I don't know how I feel about that. Awesome spritzy multi-responses. Thank you, Ryan. That's right, Phasebeast. Turns out the electronics company also throwing all this beer. Pumpky, hello. Pumpky on YouTube says, use the Pikachu plush as a trigger. I do have a points request for petting the Pikachu. But it's not available on YouTube. It's only available on Twitch. But tell you what, I'll go pet the Pikachu shortly. But first, I gotta play the game because I'm bored. Has just redeemed 5 minutes of gameplay, and also we're like 2 hours into the stream. 2 hours and 10 minutes into the stream. So let's play some Euro Truck, friends. It is well past time. Y'all know how this game works. It's exactly what it says it is. We drive a truck around Europe. We take cargo from one place to another place, and we have this massive map of Europe. It's obviously not a complete map of Europe, and it's a lot smaller than the actual map of Europe, so it does not take us hours and hours to get places. It's like a scaled down model of Europe. Think about it that way, like a model railway, or model highway system, with the major roads and cities. We have our amazing ASMR Nerd Volvo FH series truck here with this incredible paint job, Nerd Logistics by Dylan BBK. Thank you again, Dylan. Such a badass paint job. We've got Potato, we got my face, there's a keyboard switch on it. It's lovely. It's ASMR Nerd colors. So today we are beginning our drive in Norway. From what I recall, we are in Norway. I forget the exact name of this town, but the last time we were playing, which was many months ago, we were playing the new Nordic Horizons expansion, I believe, which adds a bunch of new northern areas to Norway and Sweden and Finland. And so we find ourselves here. That's not what I want. I want, where's the map? Yes. Found ourselves in, I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, but Ailsund, which is on the outer coast of Norway here. And we've never been up further north of this. I have not been to any of these places, but I bet you they're gorgeous. So let's see if we can find a job that will take us to the north, somewhere north of here. I think that'd be fun. So let's see what we got. Let's check the jobs. Let's check the freight market. So we want to filter by jobs that start here. And we are currently filtering by price per distance, so that gives us the best bang for our buck. We've got some hot chemicals going to Rostock, so that would take us south. And I don't know that I really want to go south. Okay, we got some fresh fish that we can take to Uppsala. Which would be kind of fun. And we could do that. That's probably a nice drive. although it doesn't take us north. We can take some smoked sprats to the UK. You guys want to take some sausages to the UK? Again, not taking us north. We can take some fish fingers to Crete, to Hania. That's a heck of a delivery of fish fingers all the way from freaking Norway down to Hania. It'd be a heck of a drive, but I don't know if I want to go that far today. Also does not take us north. Also, don't be silly. Fish don't have fingers. Oh wait, are sprats a fish? Oh, I thought smoked sprats. For some reason I thought sprats were sausages. But maybe that would be brats, I guess. Sprats. Okay, more fish. Got it. Some glizzies for the English. Sprats are similar to sardines. Okay, good to know. Good to know. What about some mozzarella? Wait, why are we taking mozzarella from Ailsund to Norway to Newcastle upon Tyne? I feel like this is not an authentic location to produce mozzarella. What else we got here? Carbonated water going all the way out here to Viborg. Lemonade to Stockholm. Trees to Switzerland. Bottled water just across the way here to Donbass. Truck batteries out to Stockholm. Truck rims all the way over here to Estonia. Some lead, just some straight up lead down to France. Plastic film rolls, also in Norway. Used plastics, also Norway. So nothing's really taking us north here, huh? Okay, well there is another set of jobs we can check. Let's take a look at the external contracts. These are contracts that track your progress on your account, your online account. That would take us to Italy. This would take us to Sweden. This would take us to Portugal. Dang. Some chlorine. Let's take our chlorine literally to the same city. That's so funny. Fuel oil. Skidder. Kerosene. Oh, this would take us a little bit north. This is a very short little drive. This is from Älvsund to Kristiansund. Why don't we do that? That's just a short little trip up the road, and then from Kristiansund we can take another job. Maybe there'll be one to take us further north. So let's try that. Let's take this kerosene. Looks totally safe. Totally safe. Okay, but before we actually do anything useful here, let me just catch up on the chat here. Sargon had another dino fact. Oh, wait, I read that dino fact already. Alright, enjoy your lurk, ilk. Sargon says, have you ever had the same beer twice on a stream? Do enough beers exist to have a different one each stream? Definitely enough beers exist to have a different one each stream, but I have had the same beer on stream a few times, yes. But I try to find new and interesting ones each time. Red Boy from Newey says, an Aussie beer, Great Northern, is my favorite beer at the moment. What type of beer? Is it like a lager or an ale or what? Taka, you remember that Spruce Tip one? It was delish. Red Boy from Newey with a fun dino fact. You take the lungs out of a T-Rex and lay it out, the T-Rex will die. Wow, that is a fun fact. Golfing Guy, thank you for the follow and welcome. Oh wow, we have a couple of Sleepy Pikachu pet requests. One from Drake, one from Mad Season on behalf of the YouTube gang. Alright, let's do it. Alright, let's do it. For the sake of our YouTube friends. Cheyenne, you are ready to sleep? Well, I think you've come to the right place. Saint Nick blesses you with good sleep vibes. Let's pet Pikachu and help you drift off. Meanwhile, I'm going to read Bruce's comment here, which says, yeah, people think they understand the difference between millions and billions. For reference, 1 million seconds is 11.5 days. For some reason, there's a random dying scamp. But a billion seconds is 31.7 years. So trying to comprehend the amount of time the dinosaurs ruled the earth is bonkers to humans. Yeah, like hundreds of millions of years is just very difficult to comprehend. Very difficult to comprehend. Good evening, Bolos. How are you? How are you? And Bolos, congrats on your 3-stream streak. Your 3-stream streak. Vegard Jensen says, if you go north to Norway, you would go to my favorite place called Lofoten. I would love to go there in the game and in real life. Maybe we can try and get there tonight. Sargon the Grape says, a lot of people also forget that there was a lot more than just dinosaurs during that era. Hoofed crocodiles that hunted on land, mammals that laid eggs, monitor lizards the size of whales, lizard dolphins. That's just the tip of the iceberg. The world was wild back then. Absolutely wild. Pikachu so sleepy. So sleepy. Drake too fast. Sorry, Bolos. Is there a Kit Kat route to Poland? Free some Kit Kats to Poland. If only. Great Northern is a lager. Very nice. My boy from Newey. But just very refreshing. Golfing Guy, welcome on in. Can we get a warm stream chat? Welcome for Golfing Guy, y'all. Nakoma is so sleepy. Sorry, Nakoma. Didn't quite make it to the actual gameplay. Just got to see me pick a route. Good night, Nakoma. Thank you for being here. Big hearts to our wonderful moderators, Nakoma included, for helping keep an eye on the chat. Sleep well, Nakoma. Smoke, what's up? Smoke, JT, good to see ya. Thank you for the downpour, Bruce. We're gonna have a nice rainy drive, y'all. Nice rainy drive. See Pikachu's cheeks sound kind of nice to scratch on, don't they? Yakinono, welcome. How are you doing? Glad you can make it. FaceB says, can I request 6 hours of full truck driving immersive gameplay? I don't think so. I think 6 hours is too much. It's playtime, Ryan. Almost. FaceB wants to know if this game's available on PS5. You know what? I'm not sure. I think it might be PC only, but you could look it up. Maybe it's on consoles. Yo, Umar, welcome. FaceB says, instead of delivering hot dogs, let's just deliver cheese puffs to California. We'll just drive right across the Atlantic. Brian says, try Digard sours if you can get them. Never heard of them. Where are they made? Where's that brewed? Yakinona says, what about the Carboniferous era that we talked about, where there is 60 to 70 million years of giant bugs? Yep. There's some weird times in the Earth's history. Also pretty weird that there was a big chunk of time there where, as I think we discussed on a previous stream, there were trees, but there were no bacteria or fungi that could break down the cellulose and the lignin in the trees. And so, they just accumulated. They just fall down, they wouldn't rot. For millions of years. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. Yo, MC Jake, welcome. How you doing? MC Jake says, I'm all cozy and ready for this dainty drive to knocks me out. How are things, Jake? Durable Lord, welcome back. Welcome back. Bolo says the world's going to be so cooked if humans are around for 150 million years. I hope that if we're around for 150 million years, we figured our shit out by then. That's fair, Golfing Guy. totally fair. No need to type then. Just vibe. Just vibe. Alright. Got an extra long Pikachu pet over here. Yeah, that's fair, Sargon. I deserve that. Alright, let's put Pikachu back. Like so. And put little Pikachu back on top. Like so. There we go. There we go. And now it's time to drive, friends. It's time to drive. Yeah, Sargon out there being your little minion eyelash. All right, back to the video game. Let's do it. So let's start up the truck and figure out where we're going. We are going this way, according to my GPS. We're gonna go pick up this load of kerosene. Let's go. I don't love the idea of driving around a bunch of kerosene, but at least it's gonna be a pretty quick delivery. So hopefully there's limited opportunity for us to crash and explode. That's my hope. It's quite pretty in this here locality. Quite beautiful. Shouldn't be too far for us to pick up our kerosene. In fact, it's just up here. So you know what's kind of fun, gang, is that Euro Truck Sim 2 is going to get a tour bus DLC soon, where instead of driving big trucks, we'll be able to drive coach buses and take people on tours. I imagine there'll be a lot of, like, you know, picking people up from cruise ship terminals and driving them places, probably driving them around major cities and famous landmarks and things like that, which is something I've always thought this game should have. I think that's a fantastic addition to the game, and I'm really looking forward to it. Not quite sure when it's coming, but they're currently developing it right now. Okay, I think we have to go in here by the looks of it, so let's go. Am I doing mouse steering? I am not, Derp Lord. I have my controller, my Vader Pro 4. All right, here is our big old kerosene tank, which we're gonna have to back up to by the looks of it. So let's do that. Interesting. They've changed the interface quite a bit. There's quite a few changes here. I'm noticing the place where it shows you your alertness and how much sleep or when you're going to need to sleep. It now gives you an hour's estimate rather than just a color. Oh shoot, I didn't realize we're actually need to pull up a little tighter here. A little tighter. Alright, let's pull it in, let's pull it in. Oof. My mirror's in the wall. Okay. I think that's going to take us straight back now. Nope, nope, that is not straight back at all. Let's, there, that should be straight back. Yeah. Okay, close enough. We got it. We're good. Nice. Okay. Sargon says, I don't mean to alarm you, but your truck seems to be letting rain into the cab. Yeah, we've got the sunroof open. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let me just scroll up here. We've got 23 tons of kerosene to take to the next town over. Let's not screw this up, gang. Eyelash says, well, maybe if you weren't such a potty mouth, wouldn't have to get bonked on the head. Eyelash says, this journey originally started because you said you swore too much IRL. So now we are helping by training you. I don't know if it's making any difference or not. IRL, I mean. Drinking and driving in a truck full of kerosene. Only in Euro truck. Eyelash says, pull over and duct tape the roof. Then duct tape me to the roof so you don't have to listen to me yap. Hey, you'd have an amazing view from up there. And yeah, you probably would just yap louder. Riding inside the truck, totally normal. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. In general, not normal. For us, absolutely. Alright, let's go. Let's freaking go. Yeah, they really did put this thing 6 inches from the wall, so the fact that I had to scrape up against the wall there, really totally their fault. Entirely their fault. All right. Let's go. I'm gonna go wide here to make sure this turn is. Don't want to be scraping our kerosene on the way out. Do a crash and cause a fire. I actually have no idea what happens if you crash 23 tons of kerosene in this game. It's probably not good. Eyelash says, every time I see a human in this game, I feel physically ill. Why are you here? This is a game for only cars. Go home. Delete your code. I never considered it. I don't think I feel quite so strongly about it. Those poor humans in this game. Do they deserve to be deleted from existence? I don't think so. Okay. Alright. Oh gosh, here comes the truck. Let's just wait. Bro, are you waiting for me? Oh, you are. That's very kind. Thank you. Oops. That yield sign wasn't important, right? No big deal. No big deal. No one saw that. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Golfing Guy. This beer is a key lime pie sour. A key lime pie sour. Bolo says, I've seen a trucker wreck in a wide open parking lot when I worked at FedEx. Well, so far I think I'm doing better than that. I think. Yes, it is a sour Bolos. It's pretty good. It's quite sweet, actually. It's sweeter than I would have expected. It's very yummy, though. Alright. Golfing Guy. I am from Canada, yes. From the west coast of Canada. Phaseby says, I can't imagine a planet Earth with just giant bugs and grass life everywhere. Very scary. Yeah. Yeah, no giant snakes, no giant bugs for me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is so pretty. The gorgeous landscape. Isn't it beauty? Beautiful. Lovely forests. Speed limit down to 60 here. We've got mountains. 300 kilometers to Trondheim. Well, we're not going all the way to Trondheim tonight. Brian Peterson says DeGard is on the Oregon coast. Very good sour beers. Oh, well, we might get those up here. We do get some Oregon beers up here, so I will keep an eye out for them. Faisby says, I don't know how people drive those fuel tanker trucks all over town. I'd be super scared to get hurt. Yeah, I won't lie. It always makes me a little nervous when I'm driving behind one of those big tankers. Oh, check it out, you guys. It is raining inside our truck, but it is also raining outside our truck now. You might not be able to tell, but we've got lots of rain on our windshield. Let me turn on my wipers. There we go. This is such a pretty drive. Ooh, we get to go across a big bridge, I think. Oh, wait, maybe not. No, sadly, we don't get to take the big bridge. That's okay, though. At least we get to see it. It's over there. Isn't it pretty? Oh, God. Me looking at the bridge and not actually focusing on driving. I do have a bit of a potty mouth, Phase Beast. I do. You're not wrong. Oh, there goes the, you guys hear? I think that's Sarah. Yeah, Sarah's outside the door or nearby. It's like, what is that? But at least we have the rain outside the truck right now. Pardon me. Oh, we get to take a little ferry? That's cute. That's real cute. Okay, let's go. Let's frickin' go, y'all. Alright. We have exactly one destination, so let's go. Let's go. Ferry for one, kind of, yeah. It's a very small ferry. We have some very small ferries around here, though. In my part of the world. Let's see, okay, so this map clearly does not actually reflect the real topography or the real coastline. Because, yeah, we just took a ferry, and this looks like we're just on the land, but clearly the actual coastline is a lot more, you know, detailed than this. So now we just have a short drive into Kristiansund, by the looks of it. Golfing Guy says, I've been to that brewery before, that's why I asked. Oh, you've been to Phillips? Nice. You've been to Victoria then. Yeah, were you visiting? Cheers, I'm bored. Cheers. Derp Lord, I don't know what to think about that YouTube video, Rick. Drake says, alright, I gotta head to bed. Good night. All have a great rest of your stream, Nick. I'll catch everyone later. Drake, thank you for being rad. Thank you for being part of all this. Thank you for continuing to be the coolest dude on this here twitch.com, twitch.tv, whatever the heck it is. I don't know. Please, I'll go follow Draconis ASM Artist. Let's give him one more shout out. Wonderful dude. Wonderful content. Straight up. Awesome guy. You know what? I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it for Eyelash to do this time because last time Eyelash got mad that I did it first. So I'm leaving that shout out for Eyelash. Thank you, Eyelash, in advance. Thorax says, goodness gracious, if I was a ferry employee, I'd have a heart attack watching you fly on that speed. I could have gone in a lot faster. I could have done that a lot faster. But yeah, fair enough. You live on Vancouver Island, golfing guy? Dang. Always a pleasure to see another Islander here. We've got a couple others that are regulars here in the chat as well. I don't want to call anyone out here or dox anyone, but if there's any Vancouver Islanders in the chat right now that want to identify themselves, feel free. But I know we have at least a couple others. And I'm not going to dox you or anything, golfing guy, but you must live up island then if you have visited Victoria, but you're not from Victoria. The only one, well, unless you're somewhere, I guess you could be out west a little bit, Sookway, or something like that, or Renfrew. But anyway, I won't ask you to reveal your specific location. I just musing. Isn't this pretty? Look at that water. It's like glass. Gorgeous. All right. Let's freaking go. Thank you, Eyelash, for that wonderful shout out. You are so great for that. Thank you. Thank you for that. Faisby says, are there any rest stops nearby? Maybe get some pizza and a slushie. I'll keep an eye out. You let me know. You let me know if you see one. Oh, we got some hay bales. This looks pretty rural for a rest stop. But at some point we're going to have to get some gas, so. Yo, what's up, H. Mion? I'm not live on TikTok. No, I don't stream to TikTok. I'm live on YouTube and Twitch right now. I really should stream to TikTok. I know it's what you gotta do these days. I know it's what everyone does these days. I thought I got ticketed for a second, but this is just a toll road. That's fine. I should probably do the TikTok thing. I've said that for years though, and I've resisted doing it. I don't know, I just kind of don't want to. But I'm sure there's lots of, like, you know, cool peeps that would enjoy being a part of this community over there, watching these streams on TikTok. I don't think that many of y'all who watch this currently would. Please pull for a vehicle inspection at the nearest weigh station. What? What? Where's the nearest weigh station? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It looks like it's off to the right here. Okay, alright. Am I in trouble? I'm not sure. I don't know. I think this is... Stop at the truck scale ahead and activate the icon to submit an inspection. Is this it over here? Is it this? Is it... I'm going... Okay, we're going on the wrong side of this sign. We're gonna knock over some stuff here, probably. This car behind me is like, what the hell, bro? Where's the scale? Oh, it looks like it's over here. Okay. Yeah, okay, fine. I deserve that. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Alright, let's... Alright. Vehicle gross weight 39 tons. Your vehicle is not in perfect technical state. Be more careful next time. What does that mean? Am I allowed to keep going? Did I pass it? Does that mean I should repair my vehicle? Well, they didn't tell me I couldn't keep going, so I'm just gonna keep going. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. It's getting really rainy, huh? I should probably repair my truck. Christian Lund, 35 kilometers. Almost there. Almost there. Faceby says, they're on to you. You gotta hide all the stuff you're smuggling. It's you guys. I'm smuggling you guys. They can't know that you're here. Schmoke, you want some potato tapping? For sure, we can do that in a second. Bolo says, are there challenges playing this game when the road signs are not in English? I'll be real with you, I don't pay that much attention to the road signs. I'm being honest. That's right, Eyelash is correct. I'm sorry, you have to turn off the game. Your truck is not in perfect condition. Alright, Sargon. Hey, fair enough, eh? Bro, stay in your lane. Your vehicle gives me the ick. Let this be your only warning. Pretty much. Bruce says, can your mirrors or safety tech be out of alignment or need to be fixed in this game? Probably. I don't know about mirrors, but certainly there's lots of things that can be broken on your truck. Euro Truck Cartel DLC, don't get caught. No problem, Smoke. Let's just finish this delivery and then we'll do some potato tapping. Alright. I'll save that way. Oh. Not safe this way. Holy cow, freaking busy traffic. Do these cars ever stop? Please, I just want to turn. I just want to turn. This is getting ridiculous, y'all. Okay, here's our chance. Here's our chance. Let's freaking go. Would you see that? Beautiful. Beautiful turn. Yeah, that truck was absolutely trying to get an insurance claim. That truck was not driving okay. Derpalord says, Europe has fairly strict regulations for vehicles. Last time I went in for a routine inspection with my car, I was given a choice of... Sorry, this is why you shouldn't text and drive as well. I was given the choice of getting repairs or signing a legal waiver because my suspension could have given up at any point. Oh, yikes. That's a little scary. Interesting, though. I've never had anything like that here in North America. Seeing the customer states mechanic videos where people drive around with a missing wheel or a rust bucket. That's insane to me. Yeah, I've never heard of such a thing here in Canada. I'm bored says a self-driving car recently crashed, but it turned out it was being controlled remotely. I would not feel comfortable with someone remotely driving my car. Thank you very much. Oh, Golfing Guy, Tiger Shark is great. Yeah, Tiger Shark is a great Citra Pale Ale from Phillips. Really yummy. You might also like their Glitter Bomb. It's a nice hazy IPA they do. If you've had that one before. Thank you, Eyelash. Thank you for acknowledging my beautiful turn. All right. Oh, one moment. Sounds like Sarah is knocking on the door. We have a visitor. We have a visitor. Come here, dear. Oh. Look who's here. Look who's here. It's Royal. Oh, she says down, please. You okay, Royal? You doing alright? You doing alright? She's still purring. I scared you, Zutari. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Royal says, I would like down actually, please. No, you have to be here for your adoring fans. She makes little noises. She's like, please let me down. Fluffy creature indeed. Royal. Royal. Yeah. Yes. Show them your pretty blues. Yeah, you want down? You sure? You sure about that? She says yes, I'm sure about it. Okay. Here you go, dear. Here you go.
Show her her new toys. She's excited.
She found them herself, actually. She discovered them on the stairs earlier and was having a good time with them. Alright, thank you for the royal visit. She's so cute. She's just freaking adorable. Even when she's like, actually, I want down now, please. She's still purring. She just purrs her little face off the whole time. Where's the darn royal emote? We'll get one. We'll get one. I promise. I promise. Oh yeah, you like the glitter bomb too, Golfing Guy? Yeah, it's a really good one. Sarah did not bring cookies. She brought cat. Even better. Even better. Such a flooper. Scratch him. Wow, Eyelash. Why would you wish that upon me? Why would you wish that Royal would scratch me? That is so rude. I take offense to that. All right. Her little like mer, mer, and then purr. She's like, hello, I would like down, please. I would actually like down, please. But I am enjoying the snuggles, but I would like down, please. Royal with flames coming out of her eyes would also be a very good emote. Oh. FaceBeat says Royal ASMR content soon. Kitty purr sounds and eating sounds. I could do it. I guess if she's our cat, I can do that. I don't know. With her permission. Only with her consent. Alright, let's finish this job here. Since we're basically here. Let's do it. We'll play it safe. Let's park this thing. Look at that beautiful parking job. Gorgeous. All right. We did it, y'all. An excellent delivery. An excellent delivery. We got a very small amount of experience for that because it was a very quick trip, but that's okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hippo. Faceby says, I'm sorry, but I will never trust any AI self-driving vehicle. I feel ya. I feel ya. Yeah. I think it would take a lot for me to trust a fully self-driving vehicle for sure. Faceby says, cut to the chase and make my delivery. I need my vegan hot dogs delivered today. We can see if we've got, maybe we can deliver some sausages. I don't know. Some hot dogs. Some glizzies. Dylan said, in the UK, we have yearly full inspections. If it fails, the car becomes illegal to drive until repaired. If you drive it anyway, the police will take it from you. Not sure how it works elsewhere. Yeah, we don't have it. There's no inspections like that here. I've literally never had to submit my vehicle to an inspection. Not once. Naga says, I have a friend with a car that is so absolutely jank. It's an older vehicle, I forget exactly what, but some form of two-door trucky SUV fusion type thing. And the suspension is entirely non-existent at this point. When you turn or hit potholes, you bounce off so hard. If anyone rides in the back area, they will get air on bumps. The driver's side door sometimes swings open because the latch is broken. Bro, that is not safe. That is not safe. Royal scratching me is for the good of my ASMR career. I don't see how that adds up, eyelash. Yeah, Kanona says, I don't trust AI cars, but the way people drive here, it's a close call. Well, that is also true. People suck at driving. So, you know. I imagine there will be a point in the future where I will trust AI driving a car over a person driving a car. But I do not feel that we are there yet. Golfing Guy says, my favorite beer right now is a Hazy Pale by Steamworks. I do enjoy me some Steamworks stuff. They got some good stuff. I don't know their hazy off the top of my head, but I'll look for it the next time I'm at the liquor store. Schmoke says, imagine a Waymo delivery truck. It's gonna happen. Eyelash says, I don't trust the AI vehicles, but I also don't trust the human-driven vehicles, so... Nope. You don't have to get a safety in BC? Is that some kind of, like, certification? Nope. Nope. No. There's no annual inspections on vehicles or anything. Bolo says, in America, you can drive any piece of crap and they don't care. Also, Big Scheme, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Thorax says, I think in BC there maybe used to be mandatory inspections, but they haven't required them for a long time. Yeah, not in all the time I've been driving have I ever had to submit my vehicle for an inspection. I wouldn't mind doing it. Like, I think it's actually probably not a bad thing, but Bruce says, here in California we have smog checks and operational inspections of the vehicles older than 6 years. Yeah, again, we don't have any of that here. Derpalord says, for example, back in 2022, the car didn't pass inspection because the rear right trailing arm was worn and the rear left wheel bearing was wobbly. It's pretty high requirements. Naga in Iowa, no inspections. Yeah, it's interesting how variable it is. AI won't be on TikTok while driving, or will it? Yeah, Steamworks has some fun art on their cans for sure, Golfing Guy. Yeah, Bruce, I don't even think we have that here. FaceBeast says, hey Nick, what's your favorite pie? Oh, banana cream pie. It's a solid pie. But not my favorite. I think my favorite, my mom makes a mean blackberry pie. I love my mom's blackberry pie. She also makes a really good sour cherry pie that I quite enjoy. And I love my wife's apple pie. So, and pumpkin pie. My wife actually has a really good pumpkin pie recipe she got from her aunt. It's quite tasty. So, I know that's 4 different kinds of pies, but I also really love me a strawberry rhubarb. Strawberry rhubarb is a S tier pie. An S tier pie. Some more fizzy beer pour. All right, let's start another delivery here. I don't think we're gonna finish it tonight, but we'll start another one. Or will we? I don't know. It's getting pretty late, isn't it? Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe that's silly. Let's see what else is on the free market, though, just to see if we wanted to go somewhere from here. We can take some cows south. We can take some forklifts to Sweden. We can take some medical equipment all the frickin' way to Bulgaria. We can take some SUVs to Austria. Some high pressure slide valves to very far away Bulgaria. Some cars, some fish, and some containers to Hungary. I think if I was going to do any of these, I'd be inclined to do probably the forklifts to Östersund. But let's see what's on the external contract here. Also, it occurs to me there's a bunch of channel points requests that I have probably ignored. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Oh, I did some of these though. Let's do Kaio's blood sugar check. I don't think I ever did. 5.5 and stable. That's great. That's great. That's good. Schmoke, you've been so patient with the potato tapping. Thank you for waiting. You know what? Instead of starting a new delivery job, let's just hit these requests up. Tap on this tater here, and then we also have some beard combing for Zutari and a rate that pie from Eyelash. Let's do all those. We'll start with the potato. Eyelash says, Southern Ontario, you need a safety and an emissions test. Northern Ontario, you need a safety but no emissions test. Apparently, if you have enough trees, the government doesn't care if your car is tooting back. Bruce says, in Cali, it makes sense. Our population's like close to 40 million. We have a lot of cars on the road. It's true, you have a high population density. It makes a lot of sense from an air quality perspective. Durable Lord says, my last inspection was October 2024. I had some non-critical issues with my lights, where the left headlight aims a bit too far down. If I don't have it fixed for the next inspection, it becomes a critical issue, and I will fail inspection. Yeah, it's very stringent. It's very different than, anything goes here. Really, you can drive any piece of crap on the street, and again, generally they won't stop you. Schmoke. What is rhubarb? It's a plant. It's got these big, round, kind of roundish green leaves. Not quite round, but its stems are kind of like celery in their shape and their texture. They're kind of like celery, but they're like a pinkish red, and they're very sour. They have a very kind of uniquely sour flavor, very tart. And by itself, it's like too sour. But if you have it with a lot of sugar, alongside some other tasty fruit, it adds a really nice flavor and a really nice tartness. So the strawberry is very sweet, the rhubarb is very sour and tart, and they pair really nicely together. Yeah, rhubarb is quite tasty. The other thing I used to do when I was a kid was we grew rhubarb, and I would take a bit of a rhubarb stalk and I would dip it in sugar and then eat it, like just crunch on it. And that was really good, but you really need the sugar to offset the sour. But it grows kind of low to the ground. It's like I'm trying to think what its growth form is like. I don't know what to liken it to. It's a pretty big plant. Like, they can grow pretty large. Like, the leaves are pretty big, like this. So a single rhubarb plant can be like big. Yeah, the stalk part of this giant leaf looks like celery, but it's bitter, so it goes well with strawberry. Yeah, eyelash pretty much nailed it. Yeah, Derpalord, freshly picked rhubarb dipped in sugar is really good. It's really good. Eyelash says, every year I say I'm going to actually harvest my rhubarb plant, and then I don't. You don't have to rate a pie. You already talked about pies. I will rate a pie, though. I will rate a strawberry rhubarb pie, and I will say it is a freaking 11 out of 10 pie. It has a god tier combination. There you go. Bola says, my grandma used to make strawberry rhubarb jam. Delish. It's basically strawberry rhubarb pie filling at that point. Just the filling. Yeah, it's kind of, that's right. It's like elephant ear shaped leaves. That's right. Yep. Livy says, Nick, I remember you saying you grew up near blackberries. Yeah, yes. Yeah, we had a blackberry patch growing up, and there are still many places around, like blackberries just grow on the roadside, so you can go pick them. They're not native here. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's the blackberries that you find around here commonly are not native. It's the Himalayan blackberry, Rubus armeniacus, and it's a terrible invasive species. It's not good for the ecosystem, but it's delicious. And so we kind of let it just hang out along roadsides and places like that. There is a native blackberry, the trailing blackberry, but it's much smaller. It's like little vines. You find it in the forest, and it does produce berries, but again, they're much smaller. But that's our wild blackberry. But it is nowhere near as robust or as aggressive as the Himalayan blackberry. Right, blackberries are a delight. A delight. I love the late summer here when we get all those blackberries. Sargon says time to drive home. Alright, gonna continue to listen without video. Well, we will be wrapping up here pretty soon, so. But thanks for listening in. Have a good drive home. Would humans count it as an invasive species? Absolutely. Yeah, perhaps the most. Like 1,000%. Alright. Hope you enjoyed that potato tapping smoke. Let's do some beard combing. Some beard combing. Phase B says so delicious. What about ice cream? Ooh, cookies and cream, pistachio, and cookie dough ice cream. Oh, those are all really good. You know what? I really enjoy like a nice chocolate chip mint ice cream. I find it's not that common these days, but I really like a chocolate chip mint. What other ice creams do I really love? There was this ice cream that they used to have when I was a kid. I don't know who made it. I just know there was a place, like a farm market near our place that carried it. And I have no idea if you can find it anymore, but it was like a blueberry vanilla swirl type ice cream. It was so good. It was so good. And I have not seen it for years. I have no idea if you can get it anymore. But it was delicious. And I used to like get it in a cup and then just like stir it all together until it was like just like a blueberry vanilla cream slop, and then like slurp it up. It was the best. Key lime pie is great. Phase Beast, yeah, definitely. It's like, yeah, you got the crust. Sometimes it's kind of like a graham crumb crust. Other times it's a little more traditional, but I like it with the graham crumb, and then like kind of like a lime pudding or custard layer, and then usually like a whipped cream on top. It's very good. Now I got talking about drink of choice tonight. It says, hey, I love beatboxes, but the cinnamon one is the first one I'd not drink again. Yeah, that does sound like a really weird flavor combo. I don't know if that would be for me either. I don't think so. got me rather crunk anyway. So I guess that's what they rely on. But yeah, I don't think so. Not for me. Let's just I hungry. Yeah, the biggest tragedy about all this is that we don't have any pie here. I don't have any pie. Oops. Just smack my own glasses. Pardon me. Derp Lord says also whenever next stream is, before next Monday, if y'all see Mizo, please tell him thanks for the gift sub. Oh, Mizo was here earlier. Mizo, are you still here? Mizo, are you here? Alright. What else we got here? What else we got? We got the beard combing. We got the tater. Oh, and we got the rate the pie. I feel like, yeah, we've covered that. We talked about pies a lot. Alright. Livy, you had 5%. Cherwin? Cherwine? I don't know what that is. The other night. Was it good? Was it yummy? Livy says I got quite tipsy because I don't drink ever, but it was meh. A slight cherry back end. Oh, a cherry IPA? A cherry? I don't even know. But it had a little bit of cherry to it. Okay, I can see that working. Yeah, I can see that working. I'm sorry that the one time you drink ever, it was meh. I hope next time you drink it is something that you enjoy more. Cher wine is like a cherry soda. Very sugary. Oh, interesting. Never heard of it. Yeah, I could see that tasting more like cough syrup than anything, maybe. FaceB says, I like hanging out here in chat. Always fun talking about fun stuff, but now I'm hungry. Totally legit. I also am a bit hungry. I'm gonna have a bite to eat before I go to bed. Speaking of bed, it's time for me to go to bed because I got work in the morning. I wish that I could just hang out with all y'all and play video games and chat forever, always. But I'm gainfully employed doing other things, and so I gotta be there, or at least be mentally there tomorrow morning. So yeah, being unemployed would help, but someone's gotta pay the mortgage on this house. I mean, my wife and I, of course, pay it together, but you know. That's wild, Turbo Lord. That sounds serious. Eyelash says, I ate a giant pancake at the beginning of the stream, assuming it would keep me full for the night, but I underestimated the hippo hunger. Oh, a giant pancake would be good, though. Very good. Alright, friends. I think that brings us to the end of this here stream. I do hope that you enjoyed yourselves. Streams here are always a little scuffed, and I love it. It's let's never let it change. It's nice that it's something that I can look forward to every week, that I still love coming here and doing these streams and hanging out with all of y'all after all these years. And I think a big part of that is that we just have a good time. We just hang out, we chill. I do what I want. You guys show up. It's great. It's low pressure. And I think that's pretty special. I think it's also one of the keys to the longevity of these streams and this channel in general. I just kind of do what I enjoy, and you guys are here for it, and that's pretty rad. So let's do it again, huh? Let's do it again. Same time next week. How's that sound? Oh, actually, next weekend is Easter long weekend. We do have some plans with my family, but that's earlier in the day. I still gotta figure out if we're doing anything with Sarah's family, though. It's possible that if we are having like an Easter dinner on the Sunday with Sarah's family, I might move the stream around a little bit. But I have a long weekend next weekend, so it's possible maybe I end up streaming Monday instead, or Saturday. I don't think so, but I'll let you guys know. The best way to keep track of that and all news ASMR Nerd is the Discord. ! Discord. It's also just a cool place to hang out with some of the awesome folks from these streams, over on the Discord during the rest of the week. So go check it out if you're not already over there. So we will see what next weekend's stream looks like. But there will be a stream, hopefully at the normal time, same place. But I will let you know if not. Once again, a big shout out to actually Jackson for our brand new follower emotes. Some of you who showed up later in the stream maybe don't know, but we have new emotes that are accessible to anyone following the channel. We have a low poly potato and a low res potato. Yeah, feel free to use those. Eyelash Hippo demonstrating them right there. Beautiful, beautiful. And of course, once again, a big thank you to Dylan BBK for the amazing paint job on our truck that we're driving here tonight. We have such awesome community members, gang. We are so lucky. Truly. You got quoted, Derp Lord. Amazing. Amazing. Last thing before we go, let's go find someone to raid, because y'all are awesome and y'all are chilling, and I want you to have somewhere else that you can go and keep chilling. We were the lucky recipients of a raid from Fireside Chats earlier in the stream, and I would like to pay it forward to some other awesome streamers. Who is streaming right now? Who can we go raid? It's a lot of offline people. Busy Bunny streaming, but we did raid Busy Bunny last stream. Pisces is streaming, but Pisces is often not accepting raids. Falcor is streaming. We raid Falcor a lot, but that's for a good reason, because Falcor's rad. Falcor's community, also rad. So, whoa, what the heck was that? That was some bits. Dang. Thank you for the bits, Zutari. That was very kind. I appreciate the end of stream bits. I keep hearing that, and I'm like, dang, it scares me every time. But I appreciate it very much. Thank you, Zutari. Yeah, let's go raid. Let's go raid Falcor. We love it over on Falcor's stream. A wonderful streamer, a wonderful community, super chill vibes. You like the yappy vibes over here? You will love the vibes over on Falcor's stream. Falcor, the book drinking. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Alright, gang. I don't know. They're doing a new book. Falcor's whole thing is soft-spoken readings of classic literature. So I'm not sure if they're reading right now or if they're just hanging out and chatting. But they said they're doing. It says Oz Bingo. It's like a Wizard of Oz bingo. I know they read through like the whole Wizard of Oz series recently, so maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Anyway, friends, thank you for being here. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for choosing to spend your valuable time being here, making this place awesome by being a part of it. I hope you all have wonderful weeks, and like I said, I will see you all next weekend. Keep an eye on the Discord. I will announce if there's going to be some rescheduling of the stream for next weekend or whatever. Big love to our amazing moderators out there, keeping an eye on the chat, making sure it's a safe, comfortable, cozy place that you all know and love, and making sure that I'm held responsible for my potty mouth. And I will see you all next time. Have a wonderful week. Good night, friends. Good night, Attractive. Good night, Eyelash. Good night, Thorek. Good night, Derpa Lord, Serena, all you folks, Sutari, thanks again. Naga, good night. Good night, good night, good night. See y'all next time.